Hello, coolers. Welcome to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We are going to start with President Joan Laporta, who have been recently having a lot of interviews. Of course, he recently had another interview with RAC1. Of course, the president addressed many important issues. He spoke about the Dembele and Sergio Roberto contract situations. Then he also spoke about the Camp Nou renovations. We are going to be discussing on everything he had to say as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about Pablo Gavi, as this good news from Fabrizio Romano claiming that Barcelona are in the final stages of the 17-year-old midfielder's renewal. We are going to be discussing on that report as we progress. Then lastly, talking on this other report claiming that Barcelona's headline signings will depend on several departures. We are going to be discussing on that as well. So guys, as we get right into those stories in much detail, please do well to subscribe to this channel. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, if you're a Barca lover, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, give the video a like, and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barcelona president Joan Laporta sat down with Catalan radio station RAC1 on Monday night, one of the key topics being the renovations at the Camp Nou. It was announced earlier in March the stadium was to be renamed Spotify Camp Nou in the summer as part of a sponsorship deal that would last 4 years with a music streaming company. Laporta was asked to further details on the works, which he had recently revealed could be delayed. The spiraling cost of materials as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine could cause a rethink of their initial plans, but President Laporta was optimistic. He said, "In theory, the remodeling works will start in September. We are forging ahead with a planning permission. It is in an advanced stage right now." Asked when fans could expect to settle into their new stadium with all the work completed, Laporta gave a timeline of 3 years. He said, "We predict that the stadium will be finished in 2025. I will do everything I can to ensure that becomes a reality. We have the intention and the means to do so, but we want to manage our assets very well." It has long been suggested that Barcelona may move away from the Camp Nou during the renovations, with a prime candidate to host the team being the Olympic Stadium at Montjuic. He continued by saying, "It is an extraordinary project for the city. We have plenty of time to refurbish it in order to play there in 2023. The main thing is fitting in the matches with the concerts. With a good intention, we can work around it." Then talking about player contracts, the contract of Ousmane Dembele has taken up significant amounts of airtime this season. The French winger was the subject of a public spat in January as contract negotiations between his agent and the club broke down, since via the hard work and belief of manager Gavi Hernandez, Dembele has returned to be a crucial part of the team in February and March. Following 7 assists and 1 goal in his last 5 La Liga matches, attitudes have softened towards Dembele significantly. Given his good performances and Xavi's effusive praise, many hoped he might eventually sign a new deal at the Camp Nou. However, Laporta has poured cold water on those suggestions, although he did leave the door open to reconciliation. Laporta said, "What happened to Dembele is a little bit similar to what happened to Sergio Roberto. We made him an offer and he didn't accept it. We get on well with him, we like him, and we see how well he's doing. If we reach an agreement, it will be within the salary limit we have established. I say this with respect, but the agent is a box of surprises. He made us a little dizzy." Sergio Roberto finds himself in similar position to Dembele. The Catalan midfielder runs out of contract in the summer and held out for a better deal, but from the sounds of it, may not get one. Laporta said he had the chances to renew at the start of the season when some of the players lowered their salary. I didn't understand why he didn't accept. That was the moment. Now we are changing the squad. We want to improve it. Sergio Roberto is coming off an injury. He isn't ready to play. So those are some of the important words from the president regarding player contracts, talking about Dembele and Roberto, and also the Camp Nou renovation. So talking about the player contracts, I think Laporta has made a firm decision on that, and there's no change of mind, no matter what. Dembele and his camp must abide to the terms of FC Barcelona and not the other way around. Of course, many interviews, Laporta always insists on that if Dembele wants to reconcile, good and fine, but it must be within the range proposed by FC Barcelona. So if the president continues to say this, and of course Musa Sissoko, who is Dembele agent, continue to be hard-headed on that condition, then Dembele's renewal will be so impossible. Same as Sergio Roberto's own case. Of course, Laporta is firm in his decision. Nothing will change from what Barca wants. And Roberto as well will not have any future at the Camp Nou, left to President Laporta, because Roberto does not even seem as though he will accept that pay cut from the club. So it will be interesting to see how events turn out to be in the summer transfer window. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona are in talks with multiple players with regards to contracts. These talks branch all the way from the youth to the veterans in the team. Barca's reasons for this vary, with some talks in the pursuit of extensions while others are in the goal of reducing salaries. According to Fabrizio Romano, Barcelona are finalizing their contract with Gavi. Barca needs just one more meeting with the Spaniard's representative to confirm the next deal. Gavi has been an absolute marvel since debuting for Barcelona. In La Liga, he has scored twice and provided 4 assists for the Garnet and Blue. Despite his tender age, his integration into the team has been seamless. Barca want to extend his contract, and this has been the desire of the club going as far back in November. The only thing that held them back was, and still is, salaries. Barcelona need to lower the salaries of some players before they can increase that of others. It is for precisely this reason that Barcelona want to lower the salaries of 3 of their captains heading into the next season. Sergio Busquets, Gerard Piqué and Jordi Alba are set to continue with Barcelona next term, and Joan Laporta needs their full collaboration in the salary reduction process. As of right now, it is clear that Gavi wants to stay and that Barca also want him to stay. Once some salaries are lowered, it will not only allow Gavi to continue at Barcelona, but for them to also complete the free signings of Franquisi and Andres Christensen this summer. Then on to the final story of discussion. There has been plenty of discussion about Barcelona's extensive plans in the upcoming summer transfer window, with Barca looking to majorly reinforce their squad as part of this tremendous rebuild under President Laporta. Targets have been identified in every position for Barca to build a fearful team ahead of next season to restore the club's glory in the big stages. Some of these include the likes of Erling Haaland, Robert Lewandowski, Andres Christensen, and Rafinha of Leeds United. The Indonesian Barcelona news account, barcastuff.id, conducted an exclusive interview with the club's official correspondent Samuel Marsden to get some insight into some of their targeted signings. Marsden revealed that Barcelona's interest in Erling Haaland, Rafinha and Robert Lewandowski is concrete. However, any deal that is not a free transfer depends on various other factors. He states that the departures of Ousmane Dembele and Memphis Depay could be on the cards, which could influence the club's next decisions. For example, if Dembele does not leave, Rafinha's arrival could be ruled out. Lewandowski has been recently discussed in the media, but Barcelona's interest in Haaland is well documented. Both players will command a high salary, and Haaland's signing would need a relatively heavy sum paid to Dortmund. Plenty of Barcelona players like Lenglet, Umtiti and even Sergio Roberto are linked with summer exits. Those sales, coupled with those of Antoine Griezmann and potentially Philippe Coutinho, could rake in enough money to Barcelona, to splash out in the window. With Franquisi already signed and Rafinha's deal looking as easy as the flick of a switch, Barcelona will have to work just as hard to make sure they do not find themselves in another wage bill predicament. So coolers, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please endeavor to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.